Most people aren't stuck, they're just not intentional. This quarter, I added a brand and I walked away from one. That decision matters more than anything I did. We had a strong week overall. Running, we ran about 20 miles. Business, we recruited people, moved people through the process, kept doing consistent, deliberate things time and time again. Q1, we're closing it out this week. We had real results. We had real movement. We're also anticipating Q2, so we're leaning into that. The conference is this week with Clothespin. Clothespin is a brand that I've worked with for about 3.5 years directly. I've advised them or been a part of their orbit for the past 5.5, maybe 6 years of their 8-year development process. So there's a conference this week for them in Fort Lauderdale. I'll be there Thursday and Friday. Love the opportunity to get in the middle of that brand, in the middle of that culture. It's a really strong culture, and there's no accident to its success. So the real lesson today is centered around everyone talks about starting, but nobody talks about stopping. I mentioned that we let go of a brand. That's a process. That's not something that happens like that. It's something that takes place over a period of time. You know, family is the most important thing to me. If anything that takes my time away from that, well, that's time that I don't get with my family. So that's why we go through that analysis. And that's also why Monday matters. So, this is not a day for catching up. This is not a day for reacting. It's a day for deciding. It's a day for choosing direction, being deliberate about how we're allocating time. Monday is a decision point, not a to-do list. Running this week, as I mentioned, it was a recovery week. So everything I did running-wise was intentional. The miles I did run, the miles I didn't run. My long run on Sunday was after a week of very monitored, very responsive running. I would run, and if I tightened up or I didn't feel great, I would pause or cut the run short. I didn't have to do that at all during the week. I was pretty deliberate. I kept my miles down, and I kept hydrated, and I just was on the mend. So I didn't force that happening. I really just adjusted for whatever was going on in the run, and that's what happened on Sunday. I was set out to do an 8-mile. Deliberately adjusted that to 5 miles pretty quickly when I realized I was tightening up, still tight from the week before of running. I probably worked a little bit too hard on Saturday and tightened up from there too. But if I looked at my business, I'd say it's the same analogy for business. I don't want to force an output without any kind of direction or clear understanding of what I'm working with, not only within my own system and myself, but on the other side of that too. So as we're heading into Q2, we're going to be really selective about the systems, the teams that we work with, the time that we allocate, and the things that we do to make sure that we're more intentional, that we're more focused, and that the conference this week we show up clear, present, and intentional. So get still, get clear, and move.